Hi everyone, today we'll be talking about slopes in graphs. Let's go ahead and get started. Over here on the left side, I have a graph that has a positive slope. I know this because my line is going upwards, starting from left to right. So I know that this will have a positive slope in the end. Next, I'm going to find my two good points. Remember, good points have that x in the background or a plus. So over here would be a good point since it has a plus in the background, and I see another good point over here. From there, I'm going to figure out what is my rise and what is my run. Those two parts together in a fraction are going to give me my slope. So my rise is going to be 1, 2, 3 boxes. Be careful. Look at what this axis is counting by. Every box or every jump is worth 10. So even though I am rising 3, since every box is worth 10, I just rose 30. Then over here, my run is 1, 2. This axis is counting by ones since every jump is adding 1. Therefore, going 2 to the right would be 2. I can write this as a 30 over 2. I can also simplify it to 15. I could go the other way if I have a different kind of mindset. If I do the reverse, where I go down 1, 2, 3, or rather 10, 20, 30, I would have negative 30, and then I go left 1, 2 would be negative 2. Negative 30 divided by negative 2 also simplifies to 15. So it does not matter which direction that your brain thinks in, as long as we make sure that we do the correct symbols in front of those numbers. Up, positive, down, negative. Right, positive, left, negative. Let's go ahead and apply the same strategy to do this other graph. So over here, we are going to, again, find our two good points. Here, there's already 5 labeled. It does not matter which 2 we choose. So I'm just going to go ahead and choose this one and this one. From here, I'm going 1, 2 upwards. This graph is counting by 1, so it's just 2 boxes, also yields the number 2. From there, I go 1 to the left. This means that my run is going to be negative 1. Put that in a fraction. My rise is 2, my run is negative 1. If you have a different mindset, you would go the other way, meaning you go down first, 1, 2, yielding a negative 2, then 1 to the right, yielding a positive 1. If you think differently, your rise would be negative 2, your run would be positive 1. Both of these fractions simplify to the same thing, which is negative 2. So in this first picture, your slope was 15. In the second picture, your slope is negative 2. Remember, the other part you would need to make a full equation. Y equals m, which is your slope, then the letter x, and finally a plus b. This plus b part is talking about the y-intercept. This is where the line cuts right through the y-axis. Therefore, in this first graph, your y-intercept would be at 0, since it is passing through the origin, meaning your equation would be y equals 15x plus 0, or we can just write y equals 15x. We do not need that y-intercept since it is 0. Over here in this second graph, the y-intercept is at number 5. This is a positive 5. Therefore, my slope and my y-intercept combined in an equation would be y equals negative 2x plus 5. These would be my two equations for these two graphs.